Hi, thanks for coming back to the channel, and I really hope you are liking these videos so far. Today I want to make a special video to actually show you how to troubleshoot your GoPro camera quickly and efficiently so you can go back to shooting awesome videos. So hopefully you'll like these videos, you'll learn something from them, and you'll click those like and subscribe buttons because this is a non-sponsored channel and clicking those buttons really does help with the visibility. So, on to the video. So, really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you very much, and let's get started. So the number one thing I want to show you how to do is how to actually reboot your camera. Now, there's been a lot of advice out there, and some of it's pretty bad, and I'm just going to show you actually how to reboot your camera. And you would actually do this if, let's say, you were using your camera and it locked up or it got frozen, and you just had a screen on it that you couldn't use. And it's actually pretty simple. All you have to do is click that side mode button there, press it and hold it for 10 seconds. And that's pretty much it. If you hold that button for 10 seconds, your camera will actually restart itself. And like I said, that's pretty handy if your camera's locked up, and as you can see, it just rebooted there. A lot of people tell you have to hit, press the shutter button and the mode button at the same time. Completely not true. The only thing you need to do is press and hold the side mode button on your camera to reboot your camera. And like I said, you're going to do that if your camera is frozen or locked up. So the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to perform a factory reset of your camera. And that's pretty important to do if you're having what I would call terminal problems with your camera. Factory resetting your GoPro is one of the simplest things to do, and it's pretty handy. And this is going to turn it back into new in the box kind of setup. So when you actually reset your camera using the side mode button, that's just rebooting your camera. It doesn't actually reset it. Whereas doing a factory reset, like I said, it takes it back to brand new out of the box. So you'll have to set it all up again with the GoPro app, and you'll have to put back in all your settings. But there's two ways to do this, and if you have access to your camera, if it seems to be working fine, you can actually use the rear screen on your camera to do this. And as you can see, rear screen is there, looking fine. You can actually just swipe down, swipe across, and go to preferences, and then swipe up all the way down to the bottom where it says reset, and select factory reset from there. However, if you don't have access to your camera, or if it's locked out or frozen, there is another way to do this. So what you would do is you would actually remove the SD card from your camera, and you would actually put it into an SD card reader. And what you want to do is just go into the root drive here where it's USB. Don't go into any of the folders. You're just going to right click and click on new, and you're going to select text document. And you're going to call that text document factory _ reset. And that's it. So once that step has been completed, all you need to do is put the SD card back in your camera again, turn your camera on, and your camera will reboot, but it will also factory reset itself during the process. And it might reboot about 2 or 3 times, but that'll turn it back to new in box status, and you will just need to set your camera back up again using the GoPro Quick app. So another popular problem is that sometimes your media mod is not detected by a camera. If you have the media mod on and you're not able to select microphones, then it means it's not detected. And I know this was a problem I experienced before. Here's how to properly fix media mod not detected. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your GoPro, and you're going to take it out of the media mod, remove it completely like so. And then you're going to turn on your GoPro. And as I showed you before, you're going to perform a factory reset of your GoPro. Now, you can do this using the camera menus as you were shown, or you can use the SD card method. Perform a factory reset of your camera and then start your camera up all over again. Once that's completed, you're going to power off your camera, and then you're simply just going to reattach the media mod. And that will actually let your camera detect the media mod all over again because you've done a factory reset with the media mod removed from the camera. And so SD card errors, you might have seen the message if you're unlucky enough that you have an SD card error on your camera, and to format your card before you can continue, Now, I did a video explaining SD card corruption and how to fix it, but that was quite a while back, so I'm just going to walk you very quickly through it again. And here's how you properly fix SD card corruption, because formatting the card in your camera will not work. You'll just still keep getting those SD card errors. So what you're going to do is you're going to remove the SD card from your camera, put it in an SD card reader and attach it to your PC. Open up the SD card on your Windows Explorer here, and as you can see, there's the SD card. You're going to make sure that you back up any files that you want first, and what you will do then to repair the card is you're simply going to right click on your USB drive, which is where this SD card is. It's attached as a USB drive, and go to Properties, and from there you're going to go to Tools, and there's actually two things you can do here. You can actually check the drive for errors, and this might actually be able to repair your drive and get your files back, so that's pretty handy. But if not, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to right click it and you're going to have to click on Format. And when you click on Format, it's going to give you a couple of options here, as you can see, and you want to make sure you have not clicked on Quick Format, because you want to perform a full format of that card, and quick formatting does not fix SD card errors, so you want to make sure you perform a full format in that card. And for a 128 gig card, that should take maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. If it only takes about 20 seconds, do it again, because you've only performed a quick format, and you want to make sure you perform a full format. Once you've performed a full format, what you're going to do is you're going to put that SD card back in your camera. Once you put it back in your camera, you're going to turn on your camera, and you're going to basically use your camera screen menus here to reset and select Format SD card. And what will happen is that once you do that, it will set the card up to actually use the proper format. It doesn't matter what format you select. What matters is that you format the card in your camera afterwards to make sure it's using the proper optimal format. And finally, there's one that's very common, which is the red light stays on your GoPro when you've charged it. And one of the reasons for this is that everybody just likes to say, right, they can plug their GoPro into any USB power cable or power source and it will charge. But your GoPro actually requires a 5V 2A charge, and not a lot of USB sources can actually supply this. Some of them actually claim they do, but they don't, because what it is with some chargers, they actually have dual USB ports on them, and combined they give a 5V 2A output, but when you have two devices plugged in, it will divide that charge between the two ports. So not all USB ports are powerful enough to actually charge your camera, especially on laptops, because they can have many different power outputs depending on the actual USB port that it is. USB hubs as well are not ideal, because usually they're plugged into a singular power source, and again, that's dividing the charge all over those ports, and as a result the camera doesn't get the proper charge that it needs. What happens then is you can have a camera that either hasn't charged or it's not charged properly, and you get that red light that stays on, and you think, oh well, now I can't activate my camera without pulling the battery. You can. All you have to do is hold down the side mode button for 10 seconds to reset your camera. But when you're charging your camera, make sure you're using a proper power source to do so. With me, I have lots of spare batteries, so I only use the GoPro battery charger, and therefore I never really have battery issues at all whatsoever. But I just don't charge my camera using USB ports on a PC or USB hubs, just because they don't supply the proper power output. So those are my top 5 tips for actually troubleshooting your GoPro. I hope you found the video interesting and it helps you with any issues that you've had. If you have a problem with your GoPro, or you feel there's something I haven't covered, please leave a comment in the section below. I do read them, and I will make sure that I mention it in one of my upcoming videos. But in the meantime, hope you liked the video. Please click like and subscribe, as this is a non-sponsored channel, and it really does help the views, and it also helps people troubleshoot their cameras because they get to watch these videos. So thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate you tuning in, and I guess I'll see you next time.